Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. Sunday NBA action. We're going to take a look at the Cleveland Cavaliers as they travel to play the Atlanta Hawks on Sunday. And this is going to be the back end of a home and home. We're going to make things even tougher for us. We're taping on Wednesday. Big game Wednesday night between the Celtics and the Cavaliers. And then we've got a game between these two teams in Cleveland, between Atlanta and Cleveland. And then they go to Sunday and play at Atlanta. So we're going to make it tough. Ralph, I'm going to start with you. This is your hometown team, the Cavaliers. Right now, as we sit, they are tied with the Boston Celtics for the #1 seed in the East. Will they still be tied with the Boston Celtics when we enter this game?
You know, it depends. Tristan Thompson hurt Boston and then Atlanta again. The Cavs are looking like an ABA team, all offense, no defense. And I went back and looked at some of their astronomical numbers. You know, they had an over-under line against Memphis back on December 14th of 190. Since that time, every total has been 204 or higher. So a 14-point gap from that Memphis game, and we've gone, their average over-under the last 9 games, 218 points, and they're scoring at that clip. I say those numbers because I'm looking for them now. They've had a stretch of home games where they put up astronomical numbers, including the last 3. Atlanta has struggled offensively. They're running down the stretch. They're 2-9 straight up. In their last 9 games, they have not topped 45% shooting. And I think we're going to see some of that Cleveland offense slow down a bit. Tristan Thompson out these couple of games, so they're going to have to switch their lineup a little bit. And Cleveland, I'm looking for them. Atlanta, 95 points a game. I think Cleveland gets in that 110 range, 105 range. But my lean on this game, the total is going to be inflated because of Cleveland. I'm expecting a total of 212 to 215. And my official lean is going to be under in this because of Atlanta's poor offensive showing.
What I'm hoping, and I kind of agree with you, but being that they're playing a home and home, waiting to see what the first game is. Yeah. I'd like to see the high-scoring game in that first one, which is more likely with the Cavaliers coming off of the Boston game, and that would give us even a little more value, inflating the number going into the Sunday game if they have a high-scoring game with the first meeting. Tony, point out is Ralph said this defense has not been good for the Cavaliers. Part of it has been the schedule as well. The Cavaliers have not been treated well by the schedule maker down the stretch. They've had a lengthy West Coast trip recently that they finished. They had a stretch of games where 4 out of 5 games, they allowed 51% or better shooting from the field. You're not going to win in the NBA doing that. Can they get this turned around for the playoffs? Is this a team where it's just they're bored and waiting for the playoffs and they're going to flip that light switch, or is that asking too much?
Well, if they're bored, they probably ought to pay attention to Boston a little bit here right now. It's become quite interesting, we'll say that at least. Neither of these clubs have been very good against the spread. They haven't been great. Straight up, Cleveland 5-5, I think, in the last 10 straight up, 3-7 against the spread. Atlanta's been even more porous. This is a club that still having issues, health issues with Paul Millsap, very critical for him on the boards. And I think you two really outlined this game quite articulately, and that is, I hate to say it's going to be predicated on what happens on Friday night, but I too would like to see what happened on Friday night before I'd make any decision on this game, albeit at this point in time, Cleveland's the better team. What's the number going to be? That's a big question too. I would lean toward Cleveland getting serious at this point in the season. At least we'd hope so.
The one thing about Atlanta is they've been streaky all year. They've either put together winning streaks or losing streaks, and right now they're in the latter. What I'm going to look at, as I said, is I'm going to look for the total. I hope this game goes over the total or at least close to it in the first half of the home and home, and I will look for it to go under in the second one, especially we're only going to have a couple games left of the season. If Cleveland's still in that dogfight with Boston, which they should be, they're going to, the defensive intensity is going to rise up for the Cavaliers at some point. I know LeBron all season he's wanted more offensive help. He's trying, in my opinion, and I think I said it. I know I said it to Brian, and I may have said it to you, Ralph. To me, it looks like LeBron and the Cavaliers are trying to become a Western Conference team, and you can't do what the other teams do better than you. Play your game, and that's defense, and they've gotten away from that.
LeBron is a study master of this game. He knows Atlanta's sitting in the 5 seed. He knows Atlanta, if they beat Washington, would be the second round opponent. If this is a short line in Atlanta, I'm still going to back the Cavs because he's not going to want to give them any confidence moving in towards the playoffs. Now, if they're laying multiple points, if they're laying 6 or 7, I'm not going to be backing them. But if for some reason this line comes real short, like a 2 or a 3, I would back the Cavs as well because, again, he knows who his opponents are going to be. He has them lined up in his mind.
All right. Well, I don't think you're going to get that short number because of LeBron and because of the number 1 seed on the line. They're going to make us pay a price for Cleveland. That's why I'm going to look to the total. Hey, guys, if you're new to Wager Talk and you want $50 free, well, send an email to support@Wager Talk. Put your username in there. After you make your first purchase of $12 or more, we'll put $50 in your account free of charge. You can use it any way you like at Wager Talk. It's just our way of saying thank you for joining the Wager Talk family. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk.com.